We earn money, save money and buy things. Living beyond the economic cycle is impossible. What trends are dictated by world markets and how does it affect consumers? Watch it in People and Economy. In this program you will know how the love to mountains united hundreds of people of Kazakhstan, where we can spend winter holidays and how much it costs to live in an Eskimo house. Dennis, Lukyanchuk and Yezhan Aldebeganov do not imagine their life without trips. During the time out of their work, they packed their backpacks and set off. Earlier there was a small group of friends. However, each time the number of their associates grew. So 1.5 years ago, the guys decided to unite all nature lovers. Campit is a social organization. One day we got the idea to found a society, a group of people who like to go to the mountains. We set up an Instagram page and every weekend invited guys to go to the mountains. We informed them about the place of meetings so everybody could join us. We did not climb too high. It was an ordinary trekking or hiking. And this is how everything started. The guys go on hikes all year round. When it is warm, they take tents and go out for several days. In winter, they choose places closer to the city. In winter, we walk around Medeo. Usually, we climb to Pik Furmanov, Pik Bukreyev or Kokjailau waterfall. There are safe routes suitable for any person with any physical abilities. Denis and Yezhan regard their enthusiasm for mountaineering as a hobby, but they don't rule out the possibility that someday will develop into something more serious. Moreover, their group of like-minded persons continues to grow. We did not even expect that. Initially, our group consisted of about 25 people, and this June, when we went to Manshuk-Mametova Lake, more than 300 enthusiasts joined us. All the hikes are free of charge except trips to the country where bus rental is necessary. Any person aged between 18 and 50 can join to this group of travelers. Its members meet each other not only during such trips, many of them have become good friends. Perhaps the whole point of Campit is new acquaintances, because 50 to 60 people who went with us to the mountains continued to keep in touch apart from trips. For example, on weekdays they go to the cinema, visit bowling clubs and so on. Each time new guys join us, and within a year many people started to communicate independently of our trips. Winter trips are especially beautiful but not so safe. Because of that, before setting off, the guys draw attention to the weather. They explain the rules of conduct in mountains and try to avoid difficult itineraries. The most important thing is safety. Every time we warn guys that they should obey us and never outrun the guide. We should remember that visiting dangerous places may have a deplorable outcome. For instance, when we climb some peaks, it often happens that guys approach rocks in order to make an effective photo and post it in the internet. I would say that it is not worth doing that. The guys are not going to limit themselves with trips only within Kazakhstan. Therefore, the organizers are already studying new itineraries. They plan to bring together a group of like-minded persons and go on a tour to Mount Elbrus.
Мы в этом году, вот сами ребята, кто занимается всем компитом, Султан, Денис, я.
This year, I and some guys from Campit visited Russia and Caucasus. We attempted climbing Mount Elbrus and we succeeded. In 2017, we plan to gather our permanent members and go there. It will be a sort of a cross-country trip.
Есть идейка собрать все-таки вот ребят наших, постояльцев, и отвезти туда уже. То есть это уже получается такое, знаете, межстранное.
Winter holidays can be as colorful and unforgettable as in summer. Everything depends on financial capabilities. Cold working days can be changed by sunny beaches somewhere in the Southeast Asia or snowy slopes like in Kazakhstan and abroad.
Достаточно долго мы себя позиционировали как страну летнего отдыха.
During a long period of time, we have been presenting Kazakhstan as a country for summer holidays. Over the last years, the situation changed and participants of the tour tourism market decided to consider the possibility of attracting tourists in Kazakhstan in winter. Our country is huge. Whereas winter tourism may not be very promising in southern regions, in the north it is developing very well due to the local climatic conditions.
Самым главным перспективам, но есть регионы, где зимний туризм развивается очень хорошо в связи с климатическими особенностями.
Since recently, people of Kazakhstan prefer visiting local recreation sites instead of health resorts in other countries. Most of domestic tourists go out skiing, skating or sledging only on weekends. Winter tourist centers work almost in all regions of the country. In winter, travel agencies in Kazakhstan offer a certain number of leisure programs. Among them are snowboarding and skiing at the most popular resorts. There are also mountain trips, hunting and fishing. Foreigners can buy ethnic tours, which allow them to know more about customs and traditions of our country. Winter tourism is intensively developing in Almaty. There are a great number of recreation facilities, either large or small. The infrastructure is well established. All that attracts to the domestic resorts local population as well as foreign tourists.
Понятно, что это Акбулак, понятно, что это Чимбулак, понятно, что это Медео. Сегодня вокруг Алматы еще несколько мест открылось.
This refers to Akbulak, Chimbulak, Medeo and so on. There are also some new recreation places near Almaty. Among them are Forest Fairy Tale, the 8 Lakes and others. Many of them can be visited in winter. In eastern Kazakhstan there are also a lot of ski resorts and tourist centers which offer various types of activities, including sledging and snow tubing.
Казахстан, на котором есть горнолыжные тоже курорты. И есть небольшие совсем базы, где предлагают очень простой отдых, как катание на баллонах, катание на санках.
Most of all, tourists are drawn by different events. For example, in Kazakhstan, these are Expo and Universiade 2017. Such events gather a lot of foreign tourists. They learn the culture of the country and visit domestic recreational zones. Currently, Kazakhstan is ready to receive a great number of guests.
Это, конечно, универсиада, которая с января, со второй половины января.
Of course, we should mention the Universiade, which begins in the second half of January. Nowadays, preparation for welcoming participating teams and ordinary tourists from various regions of Kazakhstan is underway. The infrastructure of Almaty is ready to receive participants and guests of the Universiade. And for Almaty city, it is a good chance to use newly prepared resources and those which were prepared for the Asian Games.
И гостей универсиады.
Hotels and restaurants of Almaty are also ready to receive guests. They were given distinctive emblems. Therefore, tourists and participants of the Universiade can be confident that these institutions will offer them high-quality services and tasty foods.
Мы совместно с акиматом города Алматы проделали работу, связанную с тем, что
Jointly with the Almaty city administration, we checked 99 local hotels for the capability to welcome guests. Recently, during a city administration meeting, the city governor handed emblems recommended by Universiade to some restaurants and hotels. This is a sort of sign for the potential participants of the Universiade that the institutions have opened their doors and are ready to offer them quality services.
сигналом для будущих гостей и участников универсиады.
People of Kazakhstan who like summer and a winter season usually travel to Thailand, Vietnam, United Arab Emirates and Hainan. Since recently, Georgia has become especially popular among skiers and snowboarders. And those who believe in fairy tales usually go to visit Santa Claus.
Грузия сегодня активно предлагает свои горные.
Nowadays, Georgia is intensively offering its ski resorts. This country is popular among our tourists. Another option is Lapland. People are recommended to go there with their families. Along with beautiful skiing resorts, they can demonstrate to their children a winter fairy tale and the native land of Santa Claus.
Для горнолыжного отдыха.
Many people of Kazakhstan prefer healthy leisure. For this purpose, they go to health resorts, which are available in all regions of the country. One of the most well-known is the resort in Akmolensk region. To unite not only people of Kazakhstan but also guests of the country is another objective set by Camped Men, as they used to call themselves. In such a manner, the guys want to make the domestic tourism more popular and provide tourists with more information about our beautiful nature to ensure that people in all parts of the world know about it. We take all efforts to develop tourism in Almaty, despite the fact that we have no sponsors. However, we assemble each weekend and go to the mountains. Some people take pictures and put them in the internet. There are also foreigners who live and work here, and we are pleased to see that. Experts regard tourism as one of the most profitable segments of the economy. This industry ranks fourth in the world exports of goods and services. Because of that, its development is important for many countries, and Kazakhstan is not an exception. Talking about our tourism in general, we cannot say that this sector receives major investment. At the same time, the government offers some investment projects which can be attractive for foreign investors. We have been talking about Kandili project at the Caspian Sea for many years. Nowadays we have a good opportunity to build ski resorts in Almaty region as well as in East Kazakhstan and South Kazakhstan. 2 years ago, the tourism sector development framework before 2020 was elaborated. This document implies the construction of up-to-date resorts in accordance with international standards. Entrepreneurs involved in tourism will also be offered an extensive support. Owing to such measures, the number of people employed in this sector is expected to increase from 129,000 to 234,000.
Все, что касается небольших проектов, это, конечно, привлекательно должно быть для наших казахстанцев.
Even small-scale projects should be attractive for Kazakhstani investors. In other words, for local businessmen who believe that investment in infrastructural works can bring profit. It is a true fact that people need holidays. Therefore, such enterprises and such infrastructure can be very profitable. Although it is unreasonable to expect that the tourism infrastructure will bring a good profit in a short period of time. This is quite a long-lasting process, but investment in this area, of course, will have a meaningful effect.
Но вложение денег в эту сферу, оно, конечно, тоже дает свои результаты.
2015 became a record year for the tourism industry. According to the World Tourism Organization, the number of tourists throughout the world increased by 50 million in comparison with 2014. The most popular destinations were Europe, North and South Americas and Asia. In 2016, the tourism industry reached a 4% growth, roughly estimated. The most popular winter tourism destinations are European countries. For example, Austria is most known for its ski resorts. It is followed by Italy, France and Andorra. Tourists like traveling to Europe not only because of its ski resorts. Christmas holidays are always associated with decorated streets, numerous fairs, discounts and festivals. For example, in London, Christmas concerts are organized all throughout December. In January in Glasgow, the Celtic Art Festival is held. Going on an excursion in Europe in winter gives us a chance to avoid long queues typical for spring and summer seasons. In winter, besides skiing and snowboarding, many Europeans like taking sunbaths at seaside resorts. There are also those who regard a trip to Lapland as the best gift for their children. Indeed, there are a lot of different entertainments, including snow hotels, Santa Claus Village and the North Zoo. Tourists also have a chance of taking a dog sledding tour. Those who would like to improve their health go to thermal springs in Iceland, where water temperature all year round never falls below 37 degrees. The local nature also leaves unforgettable impression. However, travel agencies recommend to buy tours like this in good time due to the large number of customers wishing to spend their holidays at this resort. Japan is another destination which is associated not only with skiing. Its winter resorts are now appreciated by many travelers. Prices at such resorts are slightly lower than in Europe. However, unlike Europeans, Japanese ski trails are usually not in perfect condition and to some extent remind remote places with intact nature. Because of that, ski resorts have become very popular among supporters of extreme sports. In total, there are about 700 alpine ski centers throughout the country. This unusual resort is located almost near the Arctic Pole in Finland. Its visitors are offered to stay in igloo hotels made in the style of Eskimo houses. The truth is that instead of snow or ice, they are made of glass. It does not get iced up even at a temperature 30 degrees below zero. The windows look out on the beautiful Finnish nature. Staying for one night in such a hotel will cost you €350.